What up, everybody? We're doing an episode of Beefy Boys Breakdown, Halloween edition, as you can see. And my costume, we look better as a family unit. And I'll get my partner Harrison on here. We're going over UFC 267 on episode 66 of the Beefy Boys Breakdown. Main card time, absolutely stacked, star-studded, Fight Island. Let's get it.
What I will say is, where there's going to be a lot more fun matchups is going to be in the next division, in the main event.
Yes, let's get to it. We have the light heavyweight belt, which for all the shit that I talk on the light heavyweight division, I love the top five of the light heavyweight division with the exception of Rockets. Like the top end, it's top heavy. It's top heavy as fuck. But the top end, I mean, is world fucking class.
Honestly, the whole top 10 is not that bad, with the exception of, I don't like Ozdemir that much. I think he's kind of boring in the octagon. I think he looks for big, short, inside power shots, which, like, he doesn't set up super well. He just gets in, like, good spots and eats hard.
I think
anyway,
the division's passed him by. I think he's a relic.
I agree with that. Now, I think Reyes still is active at 6. I think Ankalaev, potentially future champ at 7. Thiago Santos is in a weird spot at 5. Super weird spot. Anthony Smith, Rakic.
Question mark?
Yeah.
Like, kind of.
Pretty much Thiago Santos is, like, if you beat him, like, okay, you can have a shot at this belt. Easy. Rakic, I hate him. I hate his attitude. Good fighter, super skilled. Hate the way he approaches fights, the way he fights, and his attitude. So, like, that makes him, like, not a draw as far as, like, watching him fight. There's no reason.
You
like,
still got Lionheart.
Anthony Smith, yeah, still kind of gatekeeper vibes on him.
Yeah.
Wouldn't hate to see him and Reyes fight. Now, I mean, all my eggs are in one basket, and I don't give a fuck about these guys that fought for the belt, because all my eggs are in one basket, and that's the Prohaska basket. Okay, that's the real champion of this division.
Yeah, he was the backup fighter for this fight. He was there in attendance. He is the
made weight,
firmly entrenched number one contender. You're right, man. So this fight was Jan Blachowicz, the current light heavyweight champ, coming off that win over Izzy Adesanya, minus 300 favorite.
I thought that was disrespectful.
Well, a lot of people did. So fighting Glover Teixeira plus 235, the number one ranked light heavyweight contender, just turned 42. Absolute legend in the sport. I think everybody was happy to see him get the title shot. And a lot of people, like essentially every like MMA pundit show I watch, and most of you probably watch as well, was picking Glover. I mean, I don't know if I saw – no, and it's weird because I felt very strongly the other way. I loved Jan Blachowicz in this fight. Vegas loved Jan Blachowicz in this fight. So
I think there had to be something –
two different camps here. There was two different camps.
Yeah, right. I was going to say there had to be something that was like a train of thought by which you attach yourself to, which for me was Jan is a good enough grappler that he doesn't have, like, he's not going to struggle with Glover's grappling, and he has way more power. And Glover has
that's
like,
where I was sitting.
And Glover opens himself up to big shots.
Yeah,
so that Polish power, that legendary Polish power, and it is legendary, as I always like to say for him, it's like, I picked that. I picked the power.
Me too. You just described my thoughts leading into this verbatim, 100%. That was my logic path I was following.
Now, but the other camp is that, Glover is a really good defensive striker and is a better grappler.
Yeah. Everybody that was picking him saying there's more past the victory, more well-rounded. Glover literally has no holes.
That's what everyone kept saying, but I thought his chin was a hole.
That's where I was at too. You're right. So we just summed up kind of the camps perfectly. And I gotta say, man, this fight was not competitive.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't at all.
Was all
Glover, comfortable 10-9 first round. Comfortable.
The takedown, like the first takedown he attempted, he got it with relative ease. I mean, not much even resistance. I don't even think there was a sprawl attempt. He just took him down like you would train somebody to take him down in a drill. And then some top control, not a lot of damage, not a lot of ground and pound, but cruise to a 10-9 first round. I think he was trying to save the gas tank a little. He knew it was a 5-round fight, first 5-round fight in a long time for Glover Teixeira.
Now that could have been a
Blachowicz
problem
showed
in
a
later
good gas
rounds.
tank in the
That could have been
Adesanya fight.
right. So the Glover going 5 rounds thing could have definitely been like a speed bump, but I mean, damn man, we got 10-9 first round. He got a takedown 40 seconds into that first round and literally rode him out the entirety of
The
the
entire
round.
round. Yeah.
And then in the second round, rocked him. Like
Yeah.
he rocked Jan with that huge, I think it was a left, if I'm not mistaken.
It was a left. The left hook just
Yeah.
flushed.
And then from there, dominated the fight out. And then whenever he got Jan down and tapped him, that was a quick tap, bro. That was like a
The quickest tap.
that was like a tap where I was like, oh, you know you're beat. Like you just mentally are broken at this point. Like everything that you thought was right is going wrong, and you're fucked.
I've been dying to ask you about this, and maybe I'm just grasping at straws trying to give Jan Blachowicz the benefit of the doubt. I haven't read anything. This is complete bro science and probably me trying to just rationalize and make some sense out of a bizarre thing that I witnessed. The only thing is that, like, if the left hook broke or damaged Blachowicz's jaw, and then the choke was squeezing the broken jaw, because the choke that was the reason why
it was around his mouth.
Tap, yeah, like it was not anywhere close to being under the chin. And then after the fight, Blachowicz was like, "Yeah, it was fully under the chin," and we're like, "No, it wasn't." So it kind of poked a hole in my theory. My initial thought was that the jaw was broken and that he squeezed the broken jaw and it just elicited the tap. But
that would make more sense than what
like
Blachowicz had to say.
Best case scenario, like that's like not maybe what happened. Like I don't know, man.
I don't know. Like when I actually like look back at this fight, I don't care to see a rematch because it wasn't super entertaining, to be real.
It
was shocking.
It
was shocking.
Competitive. Happy for Glover.
More happy for Prohaska because I think he's going to put Glover in a world of pain
and just knock his head into another
stratosphere. Yeah, literally like breaking a watermelon.
The speed disadvantage is going to be insane.
Oh, dude, and the style. Think about Prohaska like fights like a karate fighter at 205.
It sucks for where Prohaska's at, though, because he kind of finds himself in the spot whenever Dana kept out Ngannou and was like, oh, you're not fighting again unless it's for a belt. But then he didn't fight for like a year and a half or something while all that shit worked itself out with Stipe's non-active ass. And so so immediately after the fight, Glover was like, oh, I'll fight Prohaska in May. I mean, it's already been how many, 3, 4 months, 5 months for Prohaska? I mean, May, I mean, that's another 6 months. I mean, we're talking, I feel like Prohaska's kind of being punished by his success. He's only had 2 UFC fights. Like, I mean, I don't know how his financial situation is. It seems like he lives like a non-expensive lifestyle, but it kind of sucks. I mean, it's great for him, and it kind of sucks for him. Hopefully he got a little bit of bread to make weight as the backup fighter.
I imagine Prohaska's pretty paid from like his previous fight organization being the champion and such.
I hope so. Because that is like, I hate when a guy like, because Prohaska's ready to go fucking tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? He's in shape.
Right.
He's fucking. He's licensed. He's fucking ready. He's chomping at the bit. I'm just saying. The thought of that guy waiting 6 more months for a fight, I mean, I guess knowing that fight is for a belt makes it all worth it. And I guess it is kind of hard to feel bad for a guy promised a title fight, a title fight where he may even be the favorite to win as the challenger. I know it's hard guy to like sympathize for, but I mean, are you feeling any of what I'm feeling? I feel like I'm not saying he should take another fight because he has to. I'm saying he may want to.
Yeah, but who's he going to fight? Why would he? I mean, there's no one for him to fight. That makes sense.
I just want to see killed. I just want to see Rockets die, but
just literally get killed. Yeah, because
I feel you. There's not like a logical Ankalaev, but then that like.
No, you got to make Ankalaev fight up through it. I could see Ankalaev Blachowicz. Ankalaev Blachowicz is not bad at all.
No, especially they both fought on the same day. They both take 4 or 5 months off. Yeah, no, I thought that same thing too. I'll be real though. I was based all my notes and all what I was prepared to talk about. I thought the Blachowicz rematch was at least going to be on the table, but it doesn't seem to be on the table with you. It doesn't seem to be on the table with Dana, and maybe I'm tripping there. So you're right. That either leaves us at Blachowicz Rakic or Blachowicz Ankalaev, right?
Blachowicz Rakic would make sense, and Ankalaev Anthony Smith would make sense.
Older guys.
No, Anthony Smith needs to fight Ankalaev. That's what it is.
See, I feel like I'm more in Anthony Smith's camp than you. Like, I kind of like.
Nah, I don't care about him. He got his shot. He lost it. He's done.
He lost it a cool minute ago, and then once in fights, it's also lost to Glover, though. That Glover loss really does kind of make it hard to devil's advocate for Anthony Smith, right? Like,
yeah.
Hey, you know what, though? I rewatched that fight the other day, and all we remember, like, when we talk about this on the podcast, how, 5 months around, nobody's going to remember the details. You're going to look it up on Tapology or see the knockout highlight, and that's how history's told. Dude, the first 2 rounds of that Anthony Smith Glover Teixeira fight were not only super – actually, the first round wasn't competitive. It was all Anthony Smith. Second round, super competitive. Now, from the third round on, it was ass-whooping fiesta for Glover. The fight was more competitive than the history remembers it. I promise you. I watched
Perhaps more competitive than Blachowicz and Glover was. You know what I mean? Like,
no,
you could have.
It definitely was. Like, that's
right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not as down on Smith as you. But I feel you. We've seen it. We've seen that movie.
But if Smith is that good and Ankalaev's that good, let him fight. Let him see who gets their way back up.
I'd rather see, no, we already saw Smith Rakic. We didn't we? Rakic. That's how Rakic got to that position. So, yeah, right. Rakic and Teixeira already beat Smith. I feel you. It's a tough – you're right, man. Smith, Ankalaev. Then if he beats Ankalaev, he has every right to make whatever claim he wants.
The top 7 of light heavyweight are super interchangeable, man. Listen to it real fast. 7 down. Ankalaev, Reyes, Santos, Smith, Rakic, Prohaska, Teixeira, Blachowicz. I mean, that's as of last night before they fought.
It's crazy. Am I riding Prohaska's dick so much that I consider Prohaska the one and everybody else, including the champ and the former champ, 1A?
Yeah, no, you're not. I told you. All my eggs, all of them. Take them all. They're in Prohaska's basket. Take them all.
I'll be interested to see, though, if Glover is able to wrestle Prohaska with the efficiency that he did against Blachowicz.
I think Prohaska's footwork and movement's way too weird and unorthodox to wrestle.
You're probably right. I mean, clearly Teixeira's path to victory, though.
I also think Prohaska might try to throw a spinning back kick into a shot. I think he's that kind of a guy. He's insane. He makes none of the things he does make any sense.
Love it. Love Prohaska. Love it. And I got to be real. Before last night, I was pretty down on the light heavyweight division.
Yeah, I didn't love it until last night.
Last night makes it way more fun. Mainly, I'll say even more so than Glover winning the belt. Because now you got Blachowicz as in the mix with the boys, right?
Right. Blachowicz gets to go back and fight the boys again.
And I still think when it comes to the boys, he could beat them all on any given night. So I'm not out on Blachowicz. Now, it was a piss poor performance from him. I don't know. I don't think that's the norm. I think that was the exception, not the rule. I think that legendary. I think he could still sleep a lot of the top 5 and find himself right back in the contention.
I couldn't agree more.
And then we got a shiny new toy, shiny new Dagestani toy.
Absolutely. But
yeah, man.
Yeah, man. That pretty much wraps it up for this episode.